YouTube, what is up? We are back with day 118 on the quest to clean 405, and we forgot our freaking SD card on our camera, so we're recording everything off of our iPhone today. It is heavy ass Friday anyways, and I shouldn't say ass, I shouldn't put the ass in there because it's just a heavy Friday. We got a little bit more volume than normal today. We got 5 sets of ones on the cleans, going heavy on those snatches, but not going heavy ass. We're just going heavy, right? 5 sets of those, I think at like 215 to 220 pounds, greasing the grooves a little bit there. Then we got some cleans at 300 pounds, 3 sets of 3 on those. First time working triples in a while, so those I'm sure I'm going to enjoy my life on those. And then we finished up with some back squats. We got 1 set of 3 and then 2 sets of 5 with a drop set there. Probably just going to do all my rants in between and do little talking as the exercises are going on, just because I don't fully trust this mic to record everything. So we might have fewer rants today, but the weight's still gonna move. We're still gonna get after it. We're gonna start off with some approach jumps here. Let's get after it, let's go. The tough thing here is I gotta record some vertical content as well with the iPhone. So we'll probably have to go back and forth with those because I have to keep the Instagram reels going here. I talked yesterday about using, I got this fucking belly shirt on. I promise this shirt fits, but when I put my head above, it looks like it doesn't. About using the Mace as a warm up here. And this is pretty much what I'm doing with the Mace. I'm just hitting some circles here. We're just spending 5 minutes flowing around, opening up the shoulders, letting them rotate in that 360-degree fashion. You can hit some like pullovers with this one. I really like this one yesterday, hitting some pullovers with this here. Another cool one you have is like the offset lateral raise, the overhead lateral raise, opening up those shoulders there. You can hit some lunges here. You can hit some squats here. You can hit some squats here. But basically, we just flow for 5 minutes, and I've been really enjoying these. But if you haven't experimented with the Mace or don't really know what you're doing with it, man, neither do I. I'm just playing, man. Opening up the shoulders, letting them hang a little bit, getting the body moving. What more could you ask for in a warm-up, right? So just finishing up here. These camera angles suck on this iPad or this iPhone. I'm so sorry for you guys, but this is what we got today. Boom. Boom. Ooh. All right, gonna switch to vertical, finish up that warm up there, then we'll get to some approach jumps. All right, so we're gonna start these jump mats out with these med ball jumps. 3rd set of 3 here, just adding a little variation to these jump mats here. Standing verticals, 3 sets of 3 here, then we hit our approach verticals, trying to hit a new PR. Let's go, record to beat on these is like a 25.5, I believe. Ooh, that shattered it. 25.9, let's go. Not shattered, but a good jump. 2 more here. Ooh, that was not as good. 24.9. Last one here. Ooh, 24.5. All right, 25.9. We're record to beat for next week. Let's hit these approach jumps here. Now we're gonna hit these approach jumps here. Shooting for anything in the 36s, that'd be great. If we're hitting 37s, I gotta text Welty and talk shit to him. Gonna hit some pre-workout here. Little Rival Nutrition pre-workout, but absolute gas. If you want some good pre-workout, JST 20 for 20% off. Then we're gonna rip some smelling salts here. And we gotta zin in for the trifecta. Woo! Come on. Let's hit some jumps here. Let's go. Come on! 35.4, that's a good start. That's a real good start. 2 more. Ooh! 35.3, all right. We got 2 more here. 2 more here. That one did not feel as great as the first one. I think we got way more in the tank. We just gotta get up here. Ooh! 35.7, damn, come on, 1 more. Gotta get that 36 here. Ooh, 35.7, damn it. All right, we'll cut it there. We're feeling pretty good on the jumps. Let's get to some snatches. All right, now we got 5 sets of 1 here at 215 pounds, a little bit lighter, but a little bit more volume for these Fridays that we typically do. And then we'll build up this weight through the next couple weeks until we hit January 1st. Then we'll run the velocity-based program. But all of our warm-ups with the OVR right now were new PRs. I set a new PR at 185 and 205 right before this. That's a good sign for how the bar's moving. I'm focused on a little bit more tension in the starting position. When I had Morgan McCullen on the podcast, he was talking about how that starting position shouldn't feel comfortable You can just chill in there and you should have a little bit of tension. So I've been focusing on that and it feels like it's putting me in a little bit better position here. So hopefully we can stick with that approach. Let's get after this, let's go. Boom, 248, that's a .03 PR. And a good start for how that bar was moving. Never PR on the first rep of a set, so that's pretty dope. It's only gonna go up from there. Second rep here, we'll record 3 in the horizontal, then we'll have to record 2 in the vertical just so we make sure we get that Instagram content. But we'll throw it all in. We'll get it all in there. This might look a little goofy today, but we're still working. We're still grinding. Let's move this bar to 2.5. Let's go get a new PR. Come on. Ooh. Felt a little stiffer on that one. Yeah, 238. Oofta. Stiffy. Gotta open up just a little bit more. Third set here. Let's open up a little bit more. Those shoulders were stiff on that last one. Felt like I couldn't accelerate that bar. Felt really muscly. Let's be a little bit more snappy. Let's go. There we go. That one felt better. There we go. 250. That's a new PR. Fuck yeah. Keep it moving. 2 more sets here. Gonna record these vertically. Ooh. Ooh. 253. That bar is flying right now. Let's go, 1 more rep. 5th and final set here. Let's keep this bar cooking. I like this tension at the start. That chest up feels good. Feels like I'm able to accelerate that bar real nice and clean. Body's feeling good. Let's keep ripping. Ooh. 245, a little bit of a drop off, but that was our old PR. So 1 below our old PR, everything else above or tying our new PR. That's a pretty good day. Let's get to these cleans. Now we got 3 sets of 3 at 305 on these cleans. First time doing triples in a while, so this is gonna mess me up. We have another snow and like blizzard storm outside, so I'm probably gonna have to skip the squats, go to hit tracks, and then do the squats after, not record them. So we'll get all of our cleans in, get all of our snatches in, get all of our jumps in, and we'll still get a pretty solid video out of today. But this is the last thing we're gonna do here. 9 total cleans at 305, 3 sets of 3. Let's get after it, let's go. Oof. Oh my God, these are gonna fucking wreck me. Not built for triples. This is cardio. Oh yeah, my goodness, dude. Those bodied me, holy crap. 2 more sets. Maybe it's just me and it's not what gets me fired up, so like that's why it's a mental grind for me, but there's something to be said about the psychos that hit the like 3 to 5 rep range on these cleans and always, because it's like not enough weight again to get you fired up and go do it, and then it just feels like pain for nothing even though you're building for the future. I know why we're doing them, but oh my God, these are a mental fucking taxing exercise when you do triples and above. We just had Vanessa Frost on the podcast. It'll be out by the time this video is out. I think actually the same day they drop. But it's Tristan's boss. She's been in the tactical firefighting type field for 10 years. Was an ex-Division I strength coach. And one of the things she talked about when we were asking about like how she programs her firefighters, how she coaches firefighters, was lazy coaching. She used the term lazy coaching and talked about how it's not a negative thing. And I really like this terminology because it's like the methodologies that we approach training with at JST. I don't know if I've ever heard it called lazy coaching. But basically, she sets her sessions up in a way in which her athletes can figure out their questions and their issues by themselves, and then she's the safe rail for when they need to know if they need to progress or regress, right? So things like giving athletes autonomy on whether they're gonna front squat or back squat, putting constraints around them in their lifts and movements. It tells them if they succeed or not, or where they're struggling. Putting them in a variety of movement patterns so they can see where they are stiff, where they can't move, where they don't have access to, right? Like allowing the session in and of itself to answer and educate the athletes rather than you having to do it vocally every single time. I think that's a poor way to learn. It makes a coach feel important, but I can't remember the last time a coach told me something and just because they told me something, it clicked and I worked and it figured it out. Whereas many times coaches just put me in drills or told me to think about a feel and then put me in a constraint that allowed me to feel that feel, and then it clicked, right? So I think it's a much better and much more organic way to learn, and it actually forces the athletes to learn rather than just relying upon you and using you as a life support constantly, because they're not gonna have you on the field. They're not gonna have you in life. They're not gonna have you in their jobs when it comes to the firefighters, where it's a life or death situation, right? Like they need to be educated to where they know these answers themselves, they know how to move themselves, they have confidence in their ability to move. And I think that happens much better when you allow the athlete to organically figure that out, and it is a much slower process. I think trying to nos it and just give them all the answers right away, like they have that answer for that one session or that one moment, and then they lose it as soon as they don't have you. So even though it's a slower process, it's a stickier process that allows the athlete to keep that with them by themselves. And she talks about coaching herself out of a job to where the athletes can get to a point in which they can coach themselves, and they don't need you, but they want you. And when they want you, there's a certain depth to the questions that they ask you, and we can work on different levels of movement, different levels of understanding their body. And I really like her approach of how when they're asking level 1 questions, that doesn't mean they're dumb or uneducated. It just means they're on level 1, and our goal is to graduate them to level 2 and then the level 3 to where they never have to go back to you being a level 1 coach with them, but you can be a level 3 coach with them or a level 4 coach with them. And I just thought it was a really cool approach and thought process when it comes to training, especially with her clientele that she has, where it's so much different than working with collegiate athletes. So if you have a chance, I definitely recommend listening to that podcast. Let's go kill ourselves with these threes here. Let's go. Oof. Ugh. Fuck me. Damn, those are hard. Third set here, recorded vertically for the gram. We've been hitting right around 169 to 171. This bar feels like crap right now. I am not moving it great. These triples are mentally ruining me. Let's finish up strong here. Hit the smelling salts and get after it. Woo! Yeah, come on. Oh! Yeah, that's a freaking day. I'm gonna go win a Hit Tracks championship here. Appreciate you guys watching. Keep chopping wood.